do weird things. Jawad, be ready to be awkward. It's coming. Go ahead. All right, excellent. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's day 40, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we have to sing about it.
Really?
You have to come up with a song.
Okay.
One line of finishing the intent. So I could start if you like.
No, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You're number one. Let's go.
Can you add the banner too?
Oh yeah, the banner. Yeah.
I'm about to pull up a Michael Jackson on y'all. Y'all never heard this before.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Yeah.
You know, Google.
I think you broke the mic or unplugged it.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that good? Okay, he's about to not drop the mic.
All right.
Because you just did.
It's day 40. We made it 40 days, y'all.
That was horribly beautiful. That was horribly beautiful. Your turn.
What about you?
I'm gonna go. Yeah.
You should go second. Ladies first.
Intensive number 4.
Just off the top of your head.
Do it. Stop thinking about it. Maybe what will encourage you is Jawad's about to sing right now. Jawad, this is part of your job.
Imagine he has like the best voice
So his
in
job is
the
in the
world.
man. Oh, Jawad. Don't. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's your turn.
my
He just muted his
You
mic.
just muted your mic. Oh, he's rehearsing. He's clearing his throat on the mute mic. He's like,
Go, sir.
hurry up. We don't have all day. We have Arabic to teach.
Let's go.
you don't want to hear my singing voice.
No, I do. I really do. This is happening. Look, nobody knows your face. So many people are. But what is Ustadh Jawad face? This is a very common question.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. Nobody knows. It's okay. This is so bad. This is not what you signed up for.
It's really not.
No, it's really not.
It's really not.
So just be lame. Come on. Hurry up. I don't have time all day.
That's my plan. It's to waste enough time so you have to move on.
Mariam will encourage you.
Okay. Yay! We made it 40 days.
Oh my god, that was lame.
I'll do one for her.
No,
Okay.
no.
My voice is so good, right? That anybody in a 10-mile radius will just drop dead because of how good my singing
Actually, yeah, if I sang that outside, a few birds would have crashed into trees. That would have happened. I'm gonna make up new songs for day 40 all day today.
is. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm very happy that we made it this far.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. You know what, Jawad? It's okay. When the mic is off, you're still gonna do it for me. This is gonna happen. So let's begin. Let's start with our homework. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Oh, and by the way, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fahdharhum. What did you guys think?
I thought.
I thought a pretty tax.
No, I thought that so it already has the sukun and whatever. So
Where?
fahdharhum.
So where's the sukun?
Hum.
Isn't hum an attached pronoun?
Oh yeah, it is. No, but fahdhar is the
Right. The hum
Yeah.
was an added pronoun, which
Yeah.
means we were supposed to ignore it.
Mm-hmm. And then fahdhar becomes tahdhar.
Tahdharu, yeah.
Tahdhar.
Good.
And then the 6 would be
But you have to put the normal ending on it, so you don't say tahdhar, you say tahdharu.
ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put a sukun on it.
Well, no, it's already a command. You're working backwards now.
Oh, okay.
So you made it tahdharu,
Mm-hmm.
and from the ta, if you want to take it back to the hua version, you
Mhm.
would make it.
Huwa tahdhara.
No, hua
Huwa
wouldn't start with the ta.
fahdhara.
No, wait. Hua, present tense, doesn't start with ta.
Mm-hmm.
Hua, present tense starts with what?
Yeah. Oh, huwa yahdharu.
Right. Hua,
Dharu.
yahdharu. So we're working backwards today.
Yeah.
Hua, yahdharu.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, the fa was so. And if you don't know that, then you haven't been paying attention because we've come across so like 85,673 times.
Yeah.
This makes it 85,674 times.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, so yahdharu,
Mm-hmm.
which then is supposed to match to what family?
Yahdharu. This is supposed to match to
It's a present tense, so we should try to match it with present tenses.
Yeah, so it can't be yansuru.
Can't be yansuru.
It can't be fataha.
Fataha what?
Fataha yaftahu.
Yaftahu.
Uh,
It can't be yaftahu.
Oh, it can be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That it matches. Yeah.
So it could be
that-
fataha
yeah.
yaftahu.
Mhm. So it could be that. It could be daraba yadribu. It can't be that.
Yadribu. Can't be that one.
Yeah. And then samia yasma'u.
What do you think? Can it be yasma'u? Yahdharu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It can be.
Yeah.
And then karuma.
Yakramu.
No.
Yakrumu.
Yakrumu. Sorry.
Nicely done, Mariam. Here's a black marker for you. Take it. And give me a 5 with the marker.
Okay.
Okay.
What was that?
It's a 5 marker now.
5 marker. Okay. We could have got 5 markers.
Okay. So karuma yakrumu.
Mhm.
Fine. So which ones could it possibly match?
Fataha yaftahu. Yasma'u.
Yeah.
Yakrumu.
So it's either fataha or sami'a. It's one of those two,
Yeah.
the past tense of it,
Mhm.
right? So what I'm gonna do now is kind of cheat a little bit
Oh.
and
Yeah.
go to almaani.com,
Oh, that's what it's called? I was trying to search it up once and I couldn't find it. I just
and I'm
searched.
gonna put in the word without any harakas because I don't know what the harakas are, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna. Why is it so far away? What happened to this table? What does it say?
Hadiru.
Vira.
Hadira.
Yeah.
So if it's hadira, is
Mhm.
it like fataha or is it like sami'a?
Samia.
It's sami'a.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's how I know that.
Mm.
Also, understand that here it says hadira yahdharu. They didn't put the last sound because you're supposed to know that it's normal.
Yeah.
And it says hadaran. Guess what that is?
That's lightest. Or no,
That's the
not
masdar.
Yeah, the masdar.
Hadira yahdharu.
Hadaran.
Hadaran, fahuwa hadirun, and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
Right? So that's how we got that. All right. So fine. That's the family. Great. How do you read that? I didn't put a harak on the alif on purpose. How do you read that?
Ahdar.
Hmm?
Ahdar.
Ahdar with a fatha on it?
Ihdar.
Ihdar with a kasra on it? Or
Ihdar.
uhdar?
Ihdar.
Ahdar.
Why?
Because if it has a dhamma, you
If
would,
the truck outside has a dhamma?
no, if ahdar or
If
What is it
the-
called?
If it has a
if
dhamma.
the ayn letter has a dhamma, you would
Ladies
put,
and gentlemen, Maryam has just spoken.
you would put dhamma, but if it has like anything other than dhamma, then you would put kasra.
Therefore, here,
You would put kasra.
you would put kasra on it, which means the dead
Yeah.
rabbit outside on
No,
the road.
the alif.
That. Okay. Ihdar. You're supposed to come up with 6 commands.
Ihdara.
You want, you'll do the first 3, she'll do the last 3. Ihdar.
Ihdara. Yeah.
Ihdara is not even a command. I said 6 commands.
Tahdara.
Mm-mm.
What?
Here's how you make 6 commands. I'm reminding you. Sukun a u I a na.
Yeah.
Sukun a u I a na. Why are you putting a ta on the command? You keep this word. You already got the sukun. Now we need the a u.
Ihdara.
Right.
Ihdaru.
Ihdara. Ihdharu.
Ihdari.
Ihdhari.
That's.
Oh, yeah, you showed it. Ihdara.
Ihdarna.
Ihdharna. Dharna. Excellent. Questions about this one?
Doesn't look like it.
That's impressive, guys. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's very good stuff.
Mhm.
Okay. The next word was what? Anfiqu.
Yes, anfiqu.
Okay. The hamza in the beginning tells you kind of what family it is.
Aslama.
Aslama.
Yeah.
Alif and hamza gives it away.
Yeah.
Okay. But this is a command already,
Mhm.
but it's the plural because you learned sukun a
Ooh.
u. It's already the u,
Mhm.
but I want 6.
Yeah.
So How do I make say? Oh, we didn't do forbidding. You're right. Sorry. Let's go back. We're supposed to do forbidding too.
Wait, did somebody tell you?
Yeah, somebody said in the comments.
Oh.
Or it didn't dawn on me spiritually. Somebody said it. Okay. So how do we go back and make this forbidding?
You had the
Well, you have to
The-
sukoon.
thing.
The la thing?
No.
So la thing, you're right.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But Mariam, look, ihdar starts with an alif. Should the forbidding also start with an alif?
No,
What should happen to that alif?
it should change into a ta.
Right.
yeah.
So I'm thinking la tihdar,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Mhm.
With a T?
Yeah.
With a T.
No. No. La
'Cause
tah.
it's-
Tah that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Ta.
You can't yeah along.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be your own yeah.
Yeah.
You just did it again. لا تحذر.
La tahdara.
Mariam will give me 6 now. لا تحذر.
Okay.
I thought there's only 5 though.
لا تحذر.
لا تحذر. Oh my god. Okay, this is hard to write. Wait, hold on. Let me just copy that much. Good enough. لا تحذرا.
لا
لا.
تحذروا.
Mhm.
لا تحذري.
لا تحذري.
لا تحذر. لا تحذرنا.
لا تحذرنا. Well done. MashaAllah.
Mm-hmm. What do you keep writing on the table? You're so weird. You're keeping score now?
Fatim looks like he wrote leatherer, leatherera, leathereroo. Yezra. I don't know what Yezra means. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Okay, everybody's okay. What does it mean? Ihdar, be warned.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Ihdara, both of you be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Ihdaru,
All of you.
y'all.
Y'all.
Be careful, y'all.
Yeah.
Ihdari.
Ehdari.
Mariam, ihdari.
All of you, be careful.
Mariam, ihdari.
Oh,
Mariam, be careful. One girl.
yeah, you lady, be careful.
You're Mariam.
Yeah.
That's why I said Mariam in the beginning. Mariam, be careful.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying Mariam as in asking you the question.
Oh,
I was
okay.
demonstrating Mariam because you're one lady.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, be careful.
Yeah.
Okay? So be careful next time. Okay, ihdari. Ihdara.
Ehdara. Both you ladies, be careful.
Both you ladies, be careful. Ihdarna.
All you ladies.
All ladies, be careful.
Oh, yeah.
لا تحذر.
Don't be careful.
Don't be careful. لا تحذرا.
Don't be careful, both of you.
Don't be careful. Don't be careful, either of you.
Yeah.
لا تحذروا.
All of
Don't-
you, be careful.
yeah.
Y'all, hey y'all, don't be careful.
Yeah.
Go ahead, step in it. لا تحذري.
Don't be careful, Mariam.
لا تحذرا.
Don't be careful, Mariams.
2 Mariams.
Both you Mariams.
لا تحذرنا.
Be careful, but all.
Don't be
of them.
careful.
Oh yeah, don't be careful, all you Mariams.
All you Mariams.
Yeah.
We were doing أنفقوا. أنفقوا.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
The A gives away that it's what family?
The
Aslama family. Therefore, it's going to be أنفق ينفق. Can you? No. What? Aslama yuslumu. What? What?
What?
ينفقوا.
Yes. Finish it. The whole line.
أنفقوا
A
ينفق.
bad word.
أنفقوا ينفق إنفاقا فهو
What's the family?
Aslama.
Oh, okay, I remember. أنفقوا.
Anfaqu.
So
And-
anfiqu sounds like aslimu. Did you memorize aslimu? Was that ever a word? Aslimu. Was that ever a word? So why is
No.
anfiqu a word?
I don't
If
know.
aslimu was never a word, why is anfiqu a word? It cannot be a word because the words have to match with what? Aslama family. Why we
Yeah.
call it a family? Because you have to match with it. Okay, go on. No, go ahead.
أسلم
Don't hurt me.
أسلم
Not that much.
أنفقوا
Because it's aslamu, right? Because we memorized aslamu.
أسلم أنفقوا
Aslama anfaqu. Perfect match.
أسلم أنفق
That was so difficult. No, it wasn't. Now do it again.
أنفق
Mm-hmm.
ين
Because it's aslama yaslimu.
أسلم يشفق.
Aslama. What's the second word you remember? You know the family. Aslama what?
يسلم.
Yuslimu.
Yes.
What should this start?
ينفق.
My heart just felt warmer inside. This is correct. Anfaqa yunfiqu.
ينفق إنفاقا
Three in a
فهو
row.
منفق.
Oh my God.
الأمر منه أن.
Wait. Second line.
فهو. Is it the فهو?
You already did the fahuwa. Why don't you start over so you get better flow? Because now it's rolling.
Okay. أنفق
Okay.
أنفق ينفق
Yes.
إنفاقا
Uh-huh.
فهو منفق.
Mm-hmm.
Are we on the other Alamdu?
Yeah.
Alamdu?
You have to save
No.
my life.
Which one are we on?
Second line.
Oh, okay. أنفق.
You said unfaqu. When you memorize the Aslama family, how did the second line start?
أسلم.
So, which you said, uslima should sound like unfaqu.
أنفق.
Uslima should sound like unfiqu.
Yeah.
Uslima should sound like unfiqu.
Oh, أنفق.
Ah.
أنفق ينفق.
Yes.
إنفاقا فهو منفق.
Yes.
الأمر منه أنفق والنهي عنه لا تنفق.
Ah.
لا تنفق والظرف منه منفق.
Excellent job. Struggle, but conquest in the end. Good job, Maryam.
Yeah.
Excellent. Ummah, congratulate Maryam. That was an excellent job.
You can write one on my side now.
Congratulations,
cool.
Mariam.
I have 3 points.
Congratulations, Maryam from Ustadh Jawad. Let's see if anybody else is congratulating Maryam.
Yay! Great job, Miriam.
Did they spell my name right?
Yeah.
Somebody spelled your name in Bangla.
Oh.
That looks cool. I don't know what you just said, but it better be appropriate. Okay. Congratulations! Look at the faces. Well done, Maryam.
Wow. I've never
Look at the Ummah celebrating Maryam's infaq.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But yeah, when I do something, I don't get nothing.
The panda works. It does.
Yeah.
It does. That's why it's there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's there. Somebody wrote to me, Ustadh, where did you get the panda? I said China. Anyway, anfiqu. The u part. What did we say about commands? Sukun, a, u, e, a, na. So if this has u and I want all 6, then I got to go back to the first one, which should be what? We just said, yes, sukun, anfiq. Now say the 6.
Anfiqa.
And what?
I have 4 points. You have 0. How does that feel?
Stop it. Anfiq.
Anfiqa.
Anfiqa.
Anfiqu.
Anfiqu.
Anfiqi.
Anfiqi.
Anfiqa.
Anfiqna. Girls are so unfair.
Uh-huh.
They're like, if you tell a girl, I'm better than you,
Mm-hmm.
or I destroyed you, or whatever, the girls are like, you said that and it hurt my feelings so much that you said that, and it's not fair that you made me feel like I'm not better than you. But when it comes to them, they're like, I just got 4 points. I'm better than you. What are you gonna do about it? You feel bad? You wanna cry? Because you're gonna cry, right? Because you're a baby, right? Just a baby.
He does look like a baby.
See?
You should
My
have
sisters were like that too.
Good thing I only have one.
Man,
Rats and I had like
shoot,
20.
so mean, and then so sensitive and so mean at the same time. How you gonna do both of those things? Good job, Maryam. Good job, Ahmed.
Yeah.
But we're not done. Forbid.
Forbid. Oh, okay.
Wait. Be careful. Be careful. Don't rush to the answer. Make sure you put the right letters in the beginning. The endings are the same. Sukun, a, e.
لا
Sukun,
تنفق.
a, u, la.
لا تنفق.
Good. You weren't careful. Excellent. This is exactly what I was telling you not to do.
Oh.
This is wrong. You're going to figure out what's wrong. I'm not going to tell you. You got to figure it out. I'm going to sing everything today.
That-
دوستنی چی داره؟ او چی یک داره داره؟ چی یک است؟
What family is it?
تنفق.
What family is it?
انقلب.
Really? Inqalab?
Oh wait, no.
أنا
تعلم.
فاهمني
Yeah.
كتار داره.
You just did it in the beginning. You just said, thank you.
Oh, it's Aslama. Oh, I was looking at the bottom. You're supposed to put a line actually.
Oh yeah.
Haha, loser.
Okay, so
How does this feel?
Wait,
Farad?
wait.
What
Hold
kind
on.
of Farad? What is
hold on. You both got that wrong, so nobody got that point. Anyway, but
It's fine.
Anfiq,
أنفق.
what family is it? Aslama.
أسلم.
Do the sarf of aslama until you get to والنهي عنه.
السما
ما يسلم إسلاما فهو مسلم. أسلم يسلم إسلاما فهو مسلم. الأمر منه أسلم والنهي عنه لا لا
والظرف منه
Wait, لا تسلم or لا تسلم? You have
لا
to decide.
تسلم.
لا تسلم?
Mhm.
It's aslama family. لا تسلم. لا تسلم.
لا
لا
تنفق.
تسلم.
لا تنفق.
Okay.
ما في-
Maryam, grab your ear.
Okay.
Pull it.
What did I do?
Pull
now?
it.
Pull
Pull it.
I'm
Grab your ear. Pull it. Why? Because the Aslama family is in your face. That there are three families that don't have a fatha. And what did you do? La tanfiq.
Yeah.
That deserves a what?
A earful.
A ear pull.
Your ear.
No. You pull your own. Pull your own.
There.
Okay.
لا
نمشي
تنفق.
لا
بالعكس
what?
بقى، bro. لا تنفق.
Tanfiq. La J0020. Fiq. La tunfiq.
Uh-huh.
Now give me 6.
لا تنفقا.
La tunfiqa.
لا
La
تنفقوا.
tunfiqu.
لا
لا
تنفقي.
تنفقي.
La tunfiqi.
لا تنفقا.
لا تنفقا.
لا تنفقنا.
لا تنفقنا. Excellent job.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent job.
I think you deserve a
Homework
point.
questions?
There, you can have a point too.
Yeah, somebody was asking
Fix it.
if you could explain the fa or how to know that the fa is a harf on fahdharhum.
Okay, let's just pretend it's not. How do you know?
I think you
Well, let's just say you don't know. Let's play that all out.
Mhm, yeah.
Somebody says, how do I know that the fa is not part of the word? How do I know it's a separate thing? Right?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, based on the basics I taught you, the basics I taught you were, how do you tell if something is an ism or a fi'l or a? How, first things first.
Yeah.
Fine. If we go by that, then this cannot be an ism. Why not?
Because it has sukun, because you can't have find four properties of it.
You guys remember that from this intensive?
Yeah.
Sukun at the end can't be an ism. Is that clear?
Yeah.
That's clear. Okay. To be a past tense, it has to match with one of the endings of the past tense.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not huwa nasarahu ma nasarahum nasaru hiya nasaratu ma nasaratahunna nasarna anta nasarta antuma nasartum anti nasarti antuma nasartuma anti nasarti antuma nasartuma anta nasartuna ana nasartu nahnu nasarna. It's not a past tense.
Yeah.
That's gone. Okay. To be a present tense, you have to start with yant, like
Mhm.
Maryam called it. Yant is not there
Mhm.
because it starts with a fa. According to you, that's the first word,
Yeah.
not a present tense.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
The only thing left then is what?
Forbidding.
Well, commanding.
Oh, commanding. Yeah.
Commanding.
Mhm.
Well, if it is a command,
Mhm.
then this is a command made up of how many letters? Fa
Fa.
is 1,
Mhm.
5.
alif is 2,
Mhm.
ha is 3,
Three.
that is 4, and ra is 5. 5.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, I know that there are 14 families.
Mhm.
Those 14 families are, by the way, everybody's clear that even without knowing the grammar of the command, by elimination, you're only left with this can only be a command.
Yeah.
That's the process I taught you before, right?
Mhm.
So now everybody knows why we know this is a command, even if we know it's
Mhm.
not what kind of word it is.
Yeah.
Now you've got unsur. I'm going to write these smaller now so they can all fit. Unsur is the command from the Nasara family.
Mhm.
Okay, then you've got, oh my god, stick with it, and then it'll be smaller. Unsur, ukrum, iftah,
Yaftah.
isma', idrib, ihsib.
Mhm.
Those are the 6 commands from the 6 families.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Then aslim, al-amru minhu, aslim, al-nahyu minhu, al-amru minhu, allim, al-amru minhu, jahid, al-amru minhu, ta'allam, al-amru minhu, tasa'al, al-amru minhu, iqtarib, al-amru minhu, inqalib, al-amru minhu, istaghfir. I'm just writing all the commands that you know, 14 families.
Yeah.
Okay. Match this to one of them with the fa. 5 letters.
Mhm.
So this is 4 letters, 4 letters, 4 letters, 4 letters. These are gone?
Yeah.
Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Sorry. And this for 612. That's 4 letters.
Mhm.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Aslim, 4 letters.
Yeah.
That's gone. Alim, 4 letters.
Yeah.
Yep, that's gone. Jahid, 4 letters.
Yes.
That's gone. Okay. Ta'allama is 5 letters.
Mm.
But it starts with a ta. Does fahdar start with a ta?
No.
This one and this one is gone.
That's
Iqtarib and inqalib start with what?
E.
Does fahdar start with?
No.
Okay. Then istaghfir starts with a fa?
No.
No. None of them start like that?
Yeah.
It doesn't match any of the families if fa is part of the word?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's not part of the word. You learn sarf, so you know when things are separate. Because you learn these families, because when you come across a command, it's going to match a command from these families.
Yeah.
So how do I know it's part of the word? How do I know it's not part of the word?
Yeah.
That's what sarf is for.
Mhm.
That's what it's for. That's why you're learning it.
Yeah.
Okay? Everything goes back to process. Everything goes back to process.
Mhm.
Once you're done with the Arabic process, man, then you're solid. This issue of how do I know fa is part of it or not part of it? Super easy.
Yeah.
Not a big deal at all.
If you can't find the word with it, it's not it.
When forbidding, do we have to check which family it is?
Well, if you want to, okay, so when forbidding, first of all, let's be clear. I don't want you to focus too much right now on constructing words because I'm not asking you to come up with Arabic sentences. So I'm not asking you to produce language. I'm asking you to recognize language.
Yeah.
But your most important task right now is what commands and forbiddings belong to the same family.
Yeah.
In order to accurately say this command and this forbidding are from the same family, let me show you an ayah. This is when you'll appreciate sarfa. I've been holding this off. Now it's time. You've grown up.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the word nakah, yankihu. Yankihu. Okay? What family is this? Can this be Aslama family?
No.
No.
Why not?
Because
It has a yeah.
Excellent. And it's a small family because it doesn't have an extra ta or shadda or in or e. None or yaqtaribu, the ta isn't there, ist isn't there. It's one of the 6 small families.
Yeah.
Okay. Could this be could it be nasara yansuru?
Yansu.
No.
No. Nasara yansuru is gone. Could this be fataha yaftahu?
No.
No. Could this be daraba yadribu?
No.
Daraba
Yes.
yadribu.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, this is daraba yadribu. Everybody with me? This is daraba yadribu. Everybody's with me. I need you to stay with me because we're going to now nakaha means to get married. Nakaha means to what?
Get married.
Get married. Now, how do I make this into forbidding? Don't get married.
La tanke.
La tan.
Ke.
Brilliant, guys. You have to take it to the ta. That's your training.
Mm-hmm.
You put a la and you make it lightest. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, how do I say, hey, y'all? Y'all better not get married.
Mm-hmm. La tan.
Y'all better not get married.
La tankehi.
Well, la tankihi is for one girl, telling one girl not to get
Okay.
married.
Oh.
But she said it right.
La tankahu.
You said la tankihu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were right.
Oh, okay.
La tankih, one guy, don't get married. La tankiha, both of you better not get married.
Yeah.
La tankihu,
Oh, yeah.
y'all better not get married.
Yeah.
La tankihi, one girl better not get married.
Yeah.
La tankiha, both you girls better not get married. La tankihna, y'all don't get married.
Yeah.
Y'all women. So it's la tankihu.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from what family? Daraba. Yes?
Mhm.
Okay.
Now I have more points than you.
Wait. Stay with me.
Okay.
Ankaha.
Ankaha. Yan.
No. Aslama.
Yaslimu.
Allahu Akbar. Aslama yaslimu.
Yuslimu.
Yuslimu. So ankaha.
Yunkihu.
Yunki. Well, no. Yunkihu.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yunkihu. Same family or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I
This
know.
one was Daraba family.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This
Yeah.
one is what?
Daraba.
Asma.
Oh, this is
Asma.
This one. This is Aslama family.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, yunkihu
Mhm.
is I'm not going to tell you what it means yet,
Mhm.
but how do you make this forbidding? Don't this.
La yun.
La yun. La yun or la tun? Decide.
La tunkih.
La tun.
Oh, la tunkih. Yeah.
La tunkih.
Yeah.
But if I want to make it y'all, it would be what?
La tunkihu.
La tunkihu.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So la tankihu is from the Daraba family,
Mhm.
and la tunkihu is from the Aslama family.
family,
Is
yeah.
that clear to everybody? Ustadh, please do everything again. I'm going to pull up the ayah number because
What surah is this?
I'll tell you in Baqarah.
Baqarah.
Yeah. Ayah number 221. So we're going to put ayah number 221 in here. Baqarah 221.
Shit.
Okay. La tankihu. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then, wait, let me make this bigger so it pops out. See it?
Mhm.
Okay. La tankihu, right?
Yeah.
And then, wala
Tun.
tunkihu.
La tunkihu.
Yeah.
This one is Daraba family. This one is what?
Aslama.
Is the Dhamma and Fatha important?
Yes.
Let me tell you what happens. Yesterday, I told you that one thing that happens with the Aslama family is when something used to be from a small family like Daraba, and then it goes to the big family like Aslama,
Yeah.
it pushes the action outside. Remember, Nazala means he came down, Anzala means he brought something else
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
right? Or Alima means he knew, but A'lama means he informed, like somebody else.
Yeah.
Nakaha means to get married.
Yeah.
So it's for the person themselves, they got married.
Yeah.
And ankaha means to get somebody married.
Yeah.
Or you can say to marry someone off.
Okay.
To marry somebody off, you would say ankaha. It pushes the action to someone else.
Yeah.
So it would be pretty bad. You know, a father just got his daughter married, for example.
Yeah.
So he won't come to his friends and say, "Hey, congratulations, yeah, alhamdulillah, nakahtu." Nakahtu means I got married. No, ankahtu.
Yeah.
I married off,
Mm-hmm.
meaning I married off my daughter.
Yeah.
Get it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna have to be the right family pushing the action off. So
Yeah.
the daraba version, la tankihu and la tunkihu are totally different.
Yeah.
Now look at what happens in this ayah. La tankihu means don't get married. Don't marry.
Yeah.
Basically, don't
Marry.
marry. And then there's the word al-mushrikati. Okay. Now al-mushrikati is ashraka yushriku ishrakan fahuwa
Mushrikun.
mushrikun, and mushrikun, mushrikan, mushrikin, mushrikani, mushrikaini, mushrikaini, mushrikuna, mushrikina, mushrikina, and the feminine like muslimatun, mushrikatun, mushrikatan, mushrikatin, mushrikatani, mushrikataini, mushrikataini, mushrikatun, mushrikatin, mushrikatin. The reason this is not atin is because there's an al on it, and al doesn't like tanween.
Yeah.
Now, al mushrikati could be nasab and it could be
Jar.
jar. But to be jar, either there's a harf of jar or there's a mudaf.
Yeah.
There's no harf of jar, and this is a fi'l, it's forbidding, it's
Yeah.
not even a mudaf. So this cannot be jar, which means this can only be what?
Nasab.
Nasab. And nasab is a detail.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Don't marry, and you say, don't marry who? And Allah says, don't marry mushrik women.
Mm.
Mushrik, how do I know it's women?
This comes from the feminine.
Feminine plural.
Yeah.
Don't marry the idolatrous women. So who's Allah talking to? Allah is talking to, here, hold on. He's talking to men. He's talking to men, telling them not to marry mushrik
Yeah.
women. What would you expect? You would expect now Allah is going to talk to women and say, you women, you better not marry mushrik men, right?
Yeah.
But what happens here? La tunkihu. By the way, la tunkih anta. You don't marry.
Yeah.
La tunkiha, both of you.
Both
La
of you.
tunkihu, all of you, masculine. La tunkihi, one girl.
Yeah.
La tunkiha, two girls. And la tunkihna or tankihna, you women.
Yeah.
Allah didn't talk to women. Allah didn't talk to women. Allah said la tunkihu, which is different family, right?
Yeah.
Okay, different family. And so, by the way, Allah is still talking to men. Which men is he talking to? Well, how do I know it's men? It's right?
Yeah.
If this was sukoon followed by na,
Yeah.
then that would be y'all ladies.
Yeah.
He's not talking to y'all ladies. But now it's from a different family. This one was from the Daraba family. This one is from the
Aslam.
Aslama family. So this one meant don't marry idolatrous
It's a big word.
women, idol worshipping.
Yeah.
Don't marry idolatrous women. Yeah, it's a big word. Now he says la tunkihu, which also means don't marry blank off to. Don't marry off to, marry blank off to. Al-mushrikina, men or women? Una, ina.
Men.
Women.
No, that's you're thinking of present tense. Muslimuna, muslimina. Men or women?
Men.
Men. Right? The masculine plural.
Yeah.
And this is nasab again. Idolatrous men. What did Allah do? Allah basically said to men, when you're about to get married, make sure that the woman you marry is not someone who does shirk.
Yeah.
Right? Then he turned to the men again and said, when you get your daughters, your sisters, your nephews, your nieces, right?
Yeah.
When you get the women in your family married, then make sure that they're not being married off to idolatrous men. So he put the responsibility of marrying the women in the family off on the men of the household.
Yeah.
Right? But they're not doing the marrying themselves. They're marrying their daughters off.
Yeah.
And so he didn't even have to say daughters
Yeah.
or nieces. Or, by the way, if he said daughters, then somebody would say that means nieces aren't included.
Yeah.
If he said daughters, then sisters aren't included. But I can marry my sister off.
Yeah.
Right? I can marry my niece off if, for example, if her parents passed away and I'm responsible, I can marry my niece off.
Yeah.
I can marry my granddaughter off, right? So there could be, the men in the household can be responsible for any number of women. And it's time for them to get married. And the only person they can turn to is their uncle or their cousin or their grandfather or their granduncle or somebody.
Yeah.
All of them had to be included. So what did Allah do? Allah did not mention what the relationship with the women is. He just said, don't marry off whoever they are. When it's not mentioned, it's like open-ended, like all included. So don't marry the women in your family off, without having to say that, to mushrik men. Right? So he opened the not mentioning is actually mentioning so much more. Right?
Yeah.
So this way, what Allah does is He shows us the difference between tankihu and tunkihu. Now think about that. What is Allah telling that? Men are being told you have the choice and the responsibility to marry someone rightly.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you will not be able to say, my mom made me marry this person, or my dad made me do it, my village made me do it, or my feelings made me do it. No, you're going to be responsible for who you ended up marrying, and I will ask you about it. And it better not be who? Mushrik women.
Yeah.
When it came to women, Allah put the responsibility on the men of the household, and He commanded them, don't you make them marry a mushrik man, and don't you allow for that to happen. Now, okay, do people rebel and do that anyway? Yes, but they didn't allow it, right? So don't endorse it. Don't endorse the marriage to a mushrik man,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Some people along this ayah, this is not our subject, but some people have questions about, well, what if somebody converts and somebody accepts Islam and all of that stuff?
Yeah.
And which is not our subject in Arabic class, but in tafsir class in Baqarah, I've talked about this subject, right? So, and we're not going to dive into that tangent, but just to let you know,
Yeah.
in our deen, when somebody accepts Islam,
Mhm.
then we don't have the right to question why did they accept Islam.
Yeah. Mhm.
So if somebody accepted Islam
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, you're just accepting Islam because you want to marry that girl,
Mhm.
even if that means it's 1,000,000% obvious to you,
Mhm.
Allah didn't give you the right to question that intention.
Mhm.
Because intentions can only be checked by who?
Allah.
By Allah. Unless this person says with their own mouth,
Yeah.
I am not accepting Islam because I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
I'm accepting Islam because I guess I'll go along with it.
Yeah.
You know, that, and then they're saying I'm not really a Muslim, something like that.
Yeah.
Then we don't accept it. And by the way, the you could have any number of intentions to accept Islam. Hamza radiallahu anhu was he worshipped idols.
Mhm.
He was the Prophet's uncle,
Yeah.
right? And one time Abu Lahab abused the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He hit him.
Mhm.
And Hamza, another uncle of his,
Yeah.
went to Abu Lahab and said, "What did you do to my nephew?" And he punched him.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm Muslim too now. What are you gonna do?" Now, did he become Muslim because he was convinced of Islam, or he did a lot of study and
No.
philosophically explored by looking at the sky and say, somebody put the sky together? Or he just got mad because his beloved nephew got hit?
He got mad.
He got mad, but his Islam is just as valid as anybody else's, right?
Yeah.
So you can't say, no, that's not real Islam. That was done out of anger. That was done out of spite. That was done out of whatever, out of love for another person. So it's not real Islam. No, you don't have the right to say that. Allah didn't give you the right to say that. So people often add conditions on our religion that don't exist originally, right? So, but here it's a very powerful thing too, because now notice in all cases, who's being held responsible for the marriage? Men are.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens in many cultures is women run the show,
Yeah.
meaning who's going to say yes, who's going to say no, who's going to decide. Sometimes the mom is running the whole show and dad's in the back seat like, yeah, whatever your mom says,
Yeah.
right? And the dad's not taking any active step. And then the daughter's coming to talk to the dad and say, "Dad, please, I need you to listen." And dad's like, no, whatever your mother says. I can't, no, don't talk to your mother.
Yeah.
Right? And then other times, there are, there's the opposite case too, right? Because then there are people that force their daughters to marry. Allah never in the Quran allowed anyone to force anybody to get married.
That's like burying it's like burying, like what they used to do.
Yeah, it's like burying. You're right. It is like burying, and it's absolutely forbidden. And people who do get married because they were forced to get married, pressured to get married. If you don't marry this person, then you're not a good daughter. You're being ungrateful. It's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then that's actually, according to many fuqaha, it's not even me. It's classical Islam, and there's reason to say that because it seems directly attributed to the Prophet also. Marriages like that don't even count in Islam. They're not even considered valid. So why would you and to put yourself as an authority over Allah's word, that's a kind of shirk itself. So be careful. Anyway, back to Arabic class. And that's why you're learning the family. Why are we learning the families? Because tankihu and tunkihu is not the same thing.
Yeah.
That's why you're learning the families.
Yeah.
Got it?
There was a question on so the difference between tankihu and tunkihu is that the action is being pushed onto somebody else.
Yes.
So isn't that meaning also incorporated into the passive? Why change families?
Okay, so let's talk about that. It's a sophisticated question, but a very good one. So for example, if I say, okay, let's take a simpler example of the passive so everybody can grasp this. So if I say he learned,
Yeah.
right? Who's the doer? He is.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, he ended up getting knowledge. Okay. But if I say he was taught,
Yeah.
who's the doer? I don't know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he ended up with knowledge.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the conclusion in both cases is he ended up learning either way.
Yeah.
Right? So the question basically that somebody's asking is, what's the difference anyway then?
Yeah.
Right? Here's the thing. When I say he learned,
Mhm.
then who am I giving credit to?
He.
Him putting in the hard work.
Mhm.
I'm actually giving credit to him for putting in the hard work.
Mhm.
And I'm mentioning him specifically. And I'm not saying that he had a teacher.
Mhm.
I'm saying maybe he learned on his own.
Yeah.
Maybe he did have a teacher. Maybe he learned just from books. Maybe he learned from just sitting in the library for 20 hours a day.
Mhm.
I don't know how he learned, but man, he what? Learned. The focus is on the doer in language.
Mhm.
Now, when you use the passive, he was taught.
Mhm.
My focus is not on him.
Yeah.
My focus is on some mysterious teacher
Mhm.
who ended up teaching him.
Mhm.
Now, was it the school that taught him? Was it society that taught him? Was it experience that taught him? Was it a teacher that taught him? Was it 20 teachers that taught him? Was it 50 teachers that taught him? I don't know. But the focus is not on his accomplishment. The focus is on the gift he was given.
Yeah.
When you use the passive, the focus changes.
Mhm.
So there is, yes, at the end of the day, both of them are, the result is the same. They ended up having knowledge.
Mhm.
So for example, I hit you and you got hit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you still have a bruise.
Yeah.
Either way,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But in one of them, I can actually go to jail
Mhm.
because I did the wrong thing. I'm being like stated as evident as the one who did it.
Mhm.
But when I say you got hit,
Mhm.
then I didn't say who.
Yeah.
I didn't say who.
Mhm.
It could be one, it could be 10, it could be something figurative, literal. You got hit by your own mistake. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. So the active and the passive are actually very different from each other in what they carry behind them.
Mhm.
You're thinking about the final result and thinking they're the same thing. No, language is not about the final result. Language is about how, man, I wish I could turn this camera on right now, but you have one destination, which is, the point is, he has a bruise.
Yeah.
But you can get to that destination from different paths
Mhm.
in language.
Yeah.
And each path carries its own meaning.
Mhm.
You're thinking that so long as the destination is the same, we're good. No, language is about the path. What words were chosen? Was it active or passive? Was it which tense was used?
Yeah.
And all of that will play into what is the speaker trying to tell you? What does he want your attention on?
Yeah.
That's the sensitivity to language that we learn when we study Nahwu and Sarf.
Mhm.
Okay? All right. Yeah, maybe I will try this on after the break today. Play with it a little bit. We haven't
Wait.
played it.
You should just show them real quick. you
Right
know?
now?
Yeah.
They can't handle it right now. This is too much for them.
It's too much. Too much
It's
awesomeness.
too much awesomeness.
I
Yeah.
also had to move your water bottle.
Okay.
It's distracting them.
Other questions about this? Is it valid to say Aslama family mixed the meaning he caused? No, it's valid to say that sometimes. It's not all the time. That can happen, but it how do you hide it? Yeah, that it can happen, but it doesn't necessarily happen. What does it say? Must la always come with a ta word, or does la mean something else besides don't? Yeah, la can mean a bunch of things. La ilaha illallah. The la of forbidding is la that comes with a ta
Mhm.
and lightest.
Yeah.
But there's tons of other la's, like, wahum la yash'urun.
Mhm.
Did you hear a ta? La yash'urun?
No.
No. So, la la yanzuru ilayhim yawm al-qiyamati wa la yuzakkihim. There's no ta,
Mhm.
but that means that's a valid la. It's just not forbidding.
Mhm.
This is a good opportunity to remind you of something. What's the difference between forbidding, which is nahi?
Mhm.
This is a new word for you today. What's it called?
Nahi.
Nahi. And negating, which is a big word in English too, called nafi.
Nafi.
Nahi and
Nafi.
nafi. Okay. If I say you don't take a break, you don't take a break.
Yeah.
Somebody comes to you, Ustadh, you're always working. You don't take a break.
Mhm.
And somebody else says,
Yeah, I can translate that in Arabic for you if you want.
don't take a break.
Mhm.
Which one of these is forbidding?
You don't take.
Forbidding means
don't take a break.
don't take a break.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which one of these is commenting? I noticed that you don't take a break.
The first one.
So when you're just commenting, that's called negating.
Mhm.
You're just commenting, but you're saying something that's not happening.
Mhm.
That's negating.
Mhm.
But forbidding is when you are stopping them from doing something,
Yeah.
right? So now watch. Tadrusu means you study.
Yeah.
That's a comment.
Mm-hmm.
And la tadrusu,
Don't study.
no, means
Oh, you don't study.
it's a simple observation I made that it seems that you don't study.
Mm-hmm.
But if I say la tadrus,
Don't study.
I made it lightest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it becomes, hey,
Don't study.
don't study.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one is nafi.
Nafi.
This one is what?
Nafi.
Nafi. This one is
Nahi.
a nahyu anhu.
Yeah.
That's the word already in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, la can be used for just nafi. It can be used just to say no to some comment.
Mhm.
Right? You study, oh, you don't study. Hey, you eat and you don't eat. Hey, you travel and you don't travel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you can use la like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can use la to actually forbid. What would be the difference? When you're forbidding, it's going to get lightest.
Yeah.
That's why are we studying normal light and lightest? What's the point? Well, one of the points is that it's is that it's normal. When it's normal, it's a comment. When it's lightest, it's forbidding.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Mm-hmm.
Involve between men and women like Antum does. UJ, does tunkihu involve both men and women like Antum does? It does. So it can mean that a family should be involved. Yeah. I wish we had time to talk just about the ayah. It is exist. You're right, Mustafa. It is exist. Okay. The la is exists like comment for no. No. I love their no. No. Like it's like, it's like it's complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I lost sight of the question. I'm intensive 2 day 6. Can I skip and join here? No. I'm scared if you stop. You should better be scared. Go finish your intensive 2 day 6. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Yeah. You should just spend like an all-nighter, just like don't do anything. Just
No, don't do that. You'll burn out. Take your time with it. Don't listen to terrible advice from Ahmed. Ahmed gives good advice sometimes, t-shirt worthy. Other times, please don't listen to Ahmed.
No, people are encouraging him.
Yeah, it's time for a break. That's good.
It's
This is a good time to take a break. Yeah.
Alright. I will go drink.
How are you?
And gay. By the way, my spelling of good is different. It's official.
It is.
Gay.
Good.
Say it.
Good.
Yeah. So next time somebody texts you, how you going? You say good, alhamdulillah. Say good.
Good.
Yeah. That's good.
Good.
It's your turn.
Oh yeah.
How do like la tadrusu would be like this. La tadrusu would be don't study, y'all, forbidding, and la tadrusuna would be y'all don't study. Full stop. That's a comment because I kept it normal. The question is compare the aslama, active and passive. Aslama passive with the 6 small families passive. And nasara, let's just say passive. And I think I know where this question is coming from. So let me just explain something to you. The passive version of yuslimu is yuslamu. Okay? The passive of yuslimu is yuslamu. And the passive of yansuru is yunsaru. The passive of yansuru is yunsaru. You know what that means? That in the passive, you can't tell if it's Aslama family or one of the 6 small ones. That's just a reality. Can commands be used as request, tashfiq? Yes, they can. They can be used for sarcasm, request, permission, begging, pleading, praying, commanding, advising, counseling. They can be used for a bunch of things. They can be used for negating too. Like a command can actually be forbidding. That doesn't really happen in the Quran, but like in sarcasm, it happens all the time. Like you're like those of you that are married, you're like, hey, you tell your wife at 10 o'clock at night, hey, I'm gonna go for a drive. Just gonna go see a friend, and your wife's like, oh yeah, go. No, go ahead, go. Here's the keys. Go. When she says go, that means don't go. Also means go and die. If you go, then your janazah is being prepared already. So go can mean don't go. Right?
How come la is not on the lightest harf list?
Because it's not always lightest. You said how come la is not in lam, lamma, wal, fal, li. Well, you want to add a la, then you have to say la only when it's la nahiya, meaning the law of forbidding, not any other law. You want to memorize it like that? Be my guest. Because if I didn't do that, then I would get 35,763 emails saying, Ustad, but you said la makes the lightest, but I found in the Quran, la yu'minuna, and it's not lightest. What happened? I thought you thought it was. That's why I didn't put it there. Because that doesn't always do that. Okay. For example, he hit versus someone was hit in both voices instead of he hit versus he was hit. That's a half a statement. I don't know what the rest of it is. When you guys break up your comments, then connecting them becomes hard. No, dharf you know how to make yourself. Al-Ma'ani won't show you dharf. I suggest focusing 1,000,000% on this and not doing multiple things, not even doing Bayyinah Arabic or Arabic with Husna or Dream Arabic. I suggest doing none of that along with this. Stay on this. If there's a specific question about a particular concept that you want review on and you don't want to go through a 3-hour video, then you can go to the Dream, curriculum, and pieces are broken up into 5-7 minute videos. But other than that, the more you add as study resources, the more scatter-minded you'll be, and you won't be able to focus and learn. Compare aslama active and passive with sami'a active and passive. Okay, so aslama yuslimu, right? And the passive would be, let me put it this way. Aslama, the passive is uslima, and yuslimu, the passive is yuslamu. And then right underneath it, sami'a is sumi'a, and yasma'u is yusma'u. So what I'm saying is this guy, sorry. Oh, that's terrible. Allah. This guy and this guy look the same. So there's overlap. What's the first step when we want to make a command from a given word, like in the homework? Find the family first and convert to what? For the command, well, knowing the family helps, because if it's from the Aslama family, you might not realize that and put an E instead of an A. So knowing the family would certainly be a step. Then after that, you just go, you can start with the huwa if you want to build it. From huwa, you put it on, if you want to skip the huwa step, just put it on anta. And then go from there. Then you know the steps. Make it lightest, get rid of the ta, add alif if needed. Is it okay if I don't try writing Arabic now? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Actually, you're better off if you do more verbal work, honestly. With sarf, the more you say this stuff and the more you get it right saying it, the stronger your sarf will be. I remember when I studied sarf, I didn't write anything. I just didn't. I just read and said. That was weird. And it wasn't weird in New York City subways. Everybody's talking to themselves. They're psycho anyway. So I was just, aslama, and the guy next to me is like, yeah, man, they're watching us right now. Like, it's all good. Everybody's okay. Am I blurry? Am I blurry?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Everybody, we get one of those like every couple seconds.
Butuniha and butunihi is used for an'am.
This is the one that I told you the other day.
Yeah. I'll have to do a lot more reading. I know Dr. Samurai dealt with it, but I might have to read a little bit more on that. I forget the scholar's name who did a lot of work on this. So Sohaib and I were just talking about it. It was Samurai's predecessor, actually. Al-Qushayri, maybe his name? He just dedicated himself to mutashabihat and their differences. We'll deal with that, inshallah. It's a big study in Quran. How many days are off? 4. Yeah, I can give an example of dharf in the Quran. Please, 2 forms of tankihu. Listen to the lecture. Guys, I made a really nice post and I didn't want mashallahs and inshallahs. I was actually giving you advice. My advice was, you guys, now it's okay for you to have Quran questions. Okay? But it's not okay for you to ask me Quran questions until you've heard my lecture on that ayah. But that's not fair to you or me, because I put a lot of work into those lectures for you. And what you get out of those lectures is not the same as what a regular audience gets out of those lectures. You put in 100 hours of Arabic study. So when I'm giving a dars on an ayah and I'm going through the sarf of it, or I'm explaining the nahu benefit of it, or I'm explaining something even more advanced than you are right now, it'll benefit you. And it'll most likely answer the question you have. And after you've gone through it, then you say, Ustadh, I heard your lecture, but I still have this question. I love those questions. But if you haven't heard those lectures and you say, well, Ustadh, how can I find it? Are you serious? bayyinahTV. The concise commentary is all there. The detailed commentary, the deeper look commentary on 48 surahs is already there. So take your time and do that. And that's an important part of your journey now. Now your Quran studies and Arabic studies are going to slowly start becoming one. And that means you need to take advantage of the work I've already put in for the last 20 years. That's what it's there for. So when you have, for example, an'amihi, I don't think I did this one specifically, but people are asking, what about this ayah? La tankihu, la tunkihu. Can you give me more details? I would love to. Actually, I did. And I gave an hour-long lecture about it. So listen to it. Listen to it. And then process what's being said. Write it down. And you'll see the Arabic will start emerging. Okay? Maybe I'll do Q&A, maybe. Yeah, so which families are more common? Let's review that real quick. So you've got 6 families, right? So Dara, let's start on top. Nasara, Karuma. I'm putting them together by their present tense matching, right? Then Sami'a and Fataha and Daraba and Hasiba. So why did I put it in this order? Because these both give you yaf'ulu, these both give you yaf'alu, and these both give you yaf'ilu. So I'm putting them, I'm bunching them together that way, right? So between these two, I would say this is more common in Quran anyway. Not in Arabic. I can't comment on all of Arabic, but in Quran, you'll see this is more common, even though this is found plenty. But chances, I would say 70-30, you're going to go with Nasara. When you see Sami'a Fataha, there's a handful that are Fataha. They're commonly known. We'll go through them when the time comes, but most of the time you'll find Sami'a. Daraba is definitely like 90-20. This is 90-10 rather. Daraba is over Hasiba. I can't think of, other than Hasiba, I can't even think of any Hasibas right now. And Karuma does happen, but it's all too obvious. Let me tell you something about Karuma. It's Ba'uda, kabura. Those are the two I can think of right now. There's only a handful that occur in Quran.
صغورة.
Does
Oh,
it happen
in
in Quran?
Quran specifically, never mind.
Yeah. Good, Munazza, good. Oh, da'ufa, yeah. Da'ufa is used, yeah. So there are not that many. And qaruba. Even though there's qaruba, there's also qaraba. Or qariba also. Because you have la taqraba, not taqruba. Haluma. Where is it used? I believe it is. Something in my head says it is used. Hulum. I don't think the verb is used. No. No, I don't see haluma being. The masdar is used, but not the verb, not the fi'il. Akhadha and Surah Hud, ayah 67 and 84, and these ayahs been using. Zainab, that's the kind of question I'm recommending go to the lectures for.
I think that previous question was talking about the word halum.
Haluma is not even a fi'il. Haluma is it's an amr sama'i. We'll get to those. Please add Turkish subtitles to the videos. Eyvallah. Thank you. Yes, Najira, go to the lecture. How to understand all things with just hearing.
Does every fi'al ism in the Quran belong to a family?
No. I'll lecture you guys about that afterwards. And some people suggested that they're mentally prepared for an hour class after this on the regular. I think they're right. I might do extra sessions here and there, but I want to keep it light from here because the way I'm going to build your progress from here is going to be through application and through light reviews and kind of questions every day that keep touching on different things that we learned. But mapping everything out really helps. Like the posters I made you do, it helped, right? So the same way you have the sarf charts, and you can have your own notes on the, inshallah, when we go through the benefits discussions. Just it's not that much material. Actually, it took a long time to explain, but it's actually not that much material. It's not hundreds and hundreds of pages of material. It's not. The process by which I explain things, I take my time and really elaborate it. But you want to just put it together in notes or in a chart or in a graph, then it's a single page. Most of it just comes 1 or 2 pages, and that's all the information. So it's just what's behind the information is very analytical, but having a picture of everything we've covered is not that much. By the way, I can't underscore this enough. Read the analysis of the first ayah carefully. Take your time reading it. That's really important for you because you know how I keep saying process. That PDF is not the answers. It's the process. It's showing you how to apply the process on an ayah. And over the next few days, Ustadh Jawad and I are going to make ayah number 2 and 3 in the same way, except all the things we already explained in ayah 1, we're not going to repeat in ayah 2. We're going to say this was discussed under ayah 1 in this place, right? So we're going to keep building this analysis of the ayat that I'm writing out for you guys is based on where we are. Like, we got this far, okay, now you can handle this much analysis. We got this far, now you can handle this much analysis. And I even highlight things that are beyond your level. Like, oh, this is beyond your level and it's for this reason, which is why we'll talk about it later, right? So that you have a clearer picture of what you've learned, where it applies, where it doesn't apply. What are the limits of your knowledge? That's all. Your limits and my limits are also important to know, right? So that's going to be our gauge, but don't lose sight of, number one, you cannot afford to forget what we've memorized. The past, present, the charts that are from intensive one they're the pillars on which this building is built. Harf of jar, harf of nasab, the Muslim chart, the past tense, the present tense, the pronouns, the pointers, that's fundamental. And the light harf and the lightest harf, that stuff you have to know. You have to know. Then on top of that, now over the last two intensives has been the 14 families. Now you gotta know them. You have to know them really, really well. And over time, more and more application. And every time we stop at an ayah and break down what family could this be from, and I'll explain until that will become second nature for you. Because that needs to become, and I've decided to take some creative approaches with sarf this time. Because, I'm teaching you guys at different age levels. So one of the things I plan on doing is very advanced sarf. I won't teach it to you dedicated. Like, I won't teach you like, oh, now we're doing naqis and we're just going to get into naqis. I'll teach you one little thing about irregular sarf while we're doing nahu, kind of mention it and go over it over and over again. So instead of taking on 100% of that subject, we'll take on 2% of that subject and then add a little 2% a little bit later on, little bit. So when we actually fully dedicate ourselves to that subject, you've absorbed most of the blows already in a much more subtle way. Right, so that's going to be my approach for advanced sarf. So I'll keep adding little tidbits to sarf, even though there's a dedicated textbook, but kind of prepare you for it. Now we're gonna sarf out. Actually, we've done enough sarf now. Officially, the next thing I'm going to do with you is actually going to be nahu again. So this intensive is over. Of course, we're not going to let go of sarf, and of course, every day we're going to review some kind of sarf or the other, recognize some sarf or the other, so that it stays fresh in your mind. But now it's time to come out of sarf for a bit and go back to nahu. And then we're going to come back to sarf. Then we're going to go back to nahu. We'll keep jumping between these two, inshallah. Okay? Sometimes the dharf and the masdar sound the same, Safiya, but most of the time they don't. Like sajada yasjudu sajdatan wa sujudan is the masdar, and masjidun wa masjadun wa masjadatun is the dharf. So they don't sound the same. Yeah, the family usage thing, I can tell you all about it in one lecture. Your brain will explode. So what I'm going to do is drop those benefits of the meanings of the families little by little, one at a time. So you can take time to absorb them. Like, one of them is starting to settle in your minds. Nasara can be for an action that affects yourself, or fa'ala, the six small families, and aslama can push it outwards, right? So that's kind of now settling in your mind, right? But the other benefits, little by little, because the list is there. I can just hand you the list and say, here are all the benefits. Information is different from teaching and retention. I want you to retain this stuff. So when I bring it up, you're like, did we cover that? You already taught that, right? Oh, I need to go back to my notes. I hate that for you. I hate that you say I have to go back to my notes. This needs to be your notes. And to do that, I have to take a delicate approach to teaching certain things. I will get you there. Just you need to trust me. There's a way to get you there. There's a quick way, but they say in Urdu, there's a saying, "Aage daud piche chhod." Right? You're running fast and acquiring information, and you're leaking all of it out from behind. All of it's just, it's like pouring water in a bucket with holes. That's not what I want for you, which is why I'm slowing down. A lot of you have very impatient questions, and I said, nope, not yet. I'm not impatient with your question. And you think I'm impatient. The reality is you're impatient. You want things too quickly. So we'll get there. We'll get there. I promise you we'll get there. That's the plan. But we'll get there my way. Not your way. No. Okay, now I need a 5-minute break. Jawad, you can answer questions if you like. Ahmed, you can answer questions too if you like. Yeah, wanna answer questions.
Sure.
Go ahead, Umar. Ask Ahmed and Mariam questions. 5 minutes.
Can I sit in your chair?
Yeah.
So I can become.
You sit in that chair, Mariam.
Yeah.
No, have Mariam sit in the presidential chair, and you sit in the vice presidential chair.
How?
Come on. Come, Mariam. Go ahead. Answer the world's questions.
All right. Press new comments. No, not on that one. That one.
Oh, how do you do that?
On that computer.
How old are you?
I'm 12, turning 13 inshallah in a few months.
And I'm 14.
Yeah.
Someone asked Ahmed how تقوى شارستي.
Oh, you're Afghan too, bro? Ah, shout out to homie right there.
Do you know Farsi? No, Shmasa.
Moss.
We love you, Ahmed.
What?
And Mariam.
No, we're not done yet. Let's just take a break.
We love
Ahmed,
you.
how do you juggle school
Oh,
and
Dark
this?
Cloud.
Oh, I do online school, and yeah,
Homeschooling.
and a log helps me too. So
I'm in 8th grade. He's in 7th grade.
yeah, I'm in 7th. Thought you guys were twins. Nah.
No, we're a year
As
and
you
a
can
half
see,
apart.
I'm physically stronger than her and more. You know,
That's
beautiful.
nice.
I know Pashto, Singe Jore. I know a little. I mean, what's worse? I like to box and like all that. So, yeah. What was that? You in the red tie and white shirt and the play, Ahmed? In the first play, yes, and the second play, I was the Dark Cloud. No, I only know like 2 words. Singe Jore Pakaire or Pakaire. Ahmed, can Ustadh dunk? Bro. Nah, he can't dunk.
You want to meet us someday? Like, you
Hi, Mariam. I want to meet you guys someday. Inshallah, yeah. You guys
Depends
are
where
doing
you
amazing.
live.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Go down more. How did you get chosen to take part in this? I have no idea. He
We've
just
known him
posted
for a
it
while.
and like yeah, then like he just picked us. So
Ustad and Ustada.
is Mariam? Did you like Turkey, guys? I went to Turkey. She didn't, and it was amazing. Mo Ahmed, is Mariam on looking at Surah Asr for kids? Your voice, Mariam? What? Is the Mariam on looking? What?
I don't get that one either.
Did you like?
I
Yes.
think that's the name of a video.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Have you been
No,
to
we
Malaysia?
haven't been to Malaysia yet.
I have not. But
No, we don't visit Baina every day.
Not every day. Just
Yeah.
like the days that we're here.
Sometimes we watch movies here. And that's about it. Only sometimes.
Ahmed,
do you like Ustad? Of course.
Yes. It's a weird question. I feel like that was just a rhetorical question. I live in San Diego.
No, we don't understand Urdu.
You live in San Diego? Oh.
Oh, we live in Texas.
Have you met FaZe
Or-
Rug? Ahmed, what did you have for breakfast? What I had for breakfast, rice pudding.
I had rice pudding too.
What language are y'all speaking, Mariam? Farsi. Ahmed, do you play basketball with Ustad often? Not
Only-
often.
Yeah,
just
sometimes,
like
just
sometimes.
sometimes, yeah.
Ahmed, have you seen Ustad Jawad?
No.
I have not seen him. But I imagine him as a tall, 5'11" guy, skinny, mashallah, have a good beard. Is that what you look like?
You missed some details.
How tall are you?
I'm not too tall.
You're like 5'4"?
No, okay, that's too short. Relax.
You're like
That's how tall
5'8"?
I am.
You're 5'8"?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah. You both so cool. I know I'm cool. You don't have to mention it. When did you first meet Ustad? I will tell the story.
It was so funny.
So the first time I met him, it was like a couple years ago, and my dad found out Ustad has a masjid here, like Baina, and he was like, "Come on, guys, we gotta go pray Isha to there. He's gonna be there." So I was like, "Oh, really?" I jumped in the car. We're heading there, 90 miles an hour. We get there. no sign of him because I don't know what he was driving and stuff. And I walk in there. It's like 10 minutes to Salat al-Isha, and then he comes in. I'm like, bruh. And then I'm like, and then after we finished the prayer, my dad's like, go up to him. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? I'm not about to go up to him. And I'm like hiding behind him. My dad says hi to him, and he's like my son's like a really big fan. And he was like, I was like hiding behind my dad, like it was the first day of school or something like that. So I go up and I'm like, Assalamu alaikum. And then he's like, oh, walaikum assalam. He was so chill. And then I go up to my dad after we walk away. So I'm never washing my hand again. And then it was my right hand too. And then my dad goes and tells him, my son just said he'll never wash his hand again, right? He said, let me shake your hand again. And bro, it was just the coolest experience.
We have another brother too. His name is Mustafa.
Yeah.
And how are Ustadh's edits?
And what? Oh, his basketball edits? They're pretty good. He's not bad for his age. He's like really good though. He's better than me. What do you do when we break? Billiard? Yeah, we play billiard.
Mm-hmm.
Go in the comments. This is epic. Oh wait, hold on, you're going too fast. Ahmed, did you meet Imad and Walid, Assad's sons there? Yes.
Yeah, we've met them.
Ahmed, did you? Okay, hold on. Go down. Why are you going back up?
No, we're not related to
Assad. No. Hi, Mustafa. Where's Mustafa?
I don't know. Mustafa's he's 16.
Look, chilling with dog.
Someone asked UJ if he has glasses.
Do you have glasses, UJ?
I do have glasses. Thanks for asking.
I don't have.
Everybody says I look better without them.
Wait, Mariam, what is your favorite movie? I Can School Him, bro.
Oh yeah, we do this online school called Time for Learning, and we can do it whenever we want.
Yeah. So you are Afghani. So why do you speak Farsi?
It's like Dari, ane?
It's called Dari, but we call it Farsi because we're from the capital in Kabul. So UJ, do you have
video games?
Yes, I play video games. So I used to be like a hard gamer. I used to Yeah, we've known him for like 1.5, almost 2 years, I think.
Yeah, almost 2.
I want to meet Ustadh soon. How do you handle this class and schoolwork? How can you convince other kids?
The schoolwork is really easy.
All you gotta do is just chill with it. Don't overthink it. Like don't stress about it, and just ask Allah for help. That's what I do.
Who's better at pool, Farad?
I'm better at pool than my sister, but she just won. So, but Assad's better than like everybody.
Farad, what's your favorite movie?
Holes. It was a really good movie. Guys, I found UJ's Facebook account. I think they found your Facebook account, UJ?
I don't have a Facebook account.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, other than the one that says Ustadh Jawad.
Oh, I love your video. Oh, can I describe myself? I'll give you 3 words: kind, nice, and gentle. Lols.
What motivates you daily to study?
Mariam, answer that question.
My parents.
What motivates? Sit over here.
Okay.
What motivates you daily to study?
My parents. They spend too much gas for me.
Mariam, what motivates you daily to study? Mariam,
My parents.
not yourself.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
forced you to study.
No, they don't force me to study.
Then
It's just fun.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
Also, she really misses the side of that table.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is qabli. It's like this really, really amazing, tasty, juicy, delicious Afghan food. It's like it's so good. It's like once you eat it, you just want to go to sleep because like it's too much to
You're
process.
so American.
Me?
Yeah, you're Afghani. You say Afghan. Like you'll never catch me saying Pakistani. Like I could throw up and say Pakistani. I was a Pakistani.
Yeah, I know.
But you don't say Afghan. Afghani.
Afghani.
You say Afghan food.
Yeah. Nah, but Afghani food, when I do that, right, I translate back into Farsi, so it's weird. So, Afghani food, see what I just did?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Because in school, sometimes I talk to my friends in Farsi, right? And I'm like, bro, what are you saying, bro? You're so Afghani. Some people think I'm Arab. They're like, bro, you're so Arab.
Okay, my turn. I want to teach.
That was fun.
You make me feel hungry right now. I know. What's your favorite?
PS5 or
He didn't show his
Xbox?
face.
What do you
It's not
have?
even a choice. It's not even a choice.
Wait, what do you say?
PS5 or Xbox?
PS5, bro. Honestly, like I'm not gonna get it because like I don't play video games like that no more. But
Yeah, I don't know anything about no video games.
yeah, astaghfirullah alazim.
PS4 مجهز تكنولوژی ثاني.
Stop with your dirty secrets.
I love Afghani food. Because we don't say like in Farsi.
I gotta tell you guys this. You ready for today's story before we go back to Arabic?
Yeah.
So, this is a long time ago,
Mhm.
but you know, alhamdulillah, I've had, you know, friends from different parts of the world, and you know, I speak Urdu. It's my language,
Mhm.
right? It's weird because Urdu was my second language.
It is.
But yeah, my first language was German. I was born in
Oh
Germany,
yeah. Mhm.
and I forgot most of German, and then I
Mhm.
picked up Urdu, and then that was my language until I didn't speak any English until I was in high school, and then I spoke English, but I never left my Urdu, right? And then alhamdulillah, Spanish came and Arabic came. Arabic more so than Spanish, but so you know, I met friends of mine that are from different parts of India.
Yeah.
Not from Pakistan,
Mhm.
and they, you know, we speak Urdu, and many of them feel that they speak Urdu too.
Mhm.
But they have a very different idea of what Urdu is,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
they say things that are like the way they say them in Hyderabad, for Hyderabadis in India,
Mhm.
they say things very differently than we do. So
Yeah.
you know, how do you say yes in Delhi? Right?
Mhm.
And we say or G or
G.
right? So we say these things.
Mhm.
But those guys, I didn't know that when they agree with something, they say how. They say what?
How?
How. So I went on a trip,
Mhm.
and this gentleman picked me up from the airport. He was from
Yeah.
Hyderabad.
Mhm.
I was like, how was flight? And I said, oh, it was a good flight. He said, how? And I thought he's asking how was it a good flight?
Mhm.
So I said, well, they gave us peanuts. They're like, how? I said, well, because they serve on the plane. They serve how? Usually after takeoff sometime. How? I was like, it's a good airline. So, how? I mean, they've been around for several years. How? I don't know how this.
He's going on.
You don't know how awkward that conversation was. But I was reminded of that because somebody sent me an email today or yesterday and said, Ustadh, I don't understand this word in the Quran. And they wrote Iqra. Iqra, KH, right?
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure they meant Iqra,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that for my friends from that part of the world, their qaf
Mhm.
sounds like a kha.
Oh yeah.
So they don't say I'm studying Quran. Quran padhe miya.
Mm.
Quran, right? So Iqra, like Iqra. No, that's a kha. That's not a qaf.
Yeah.
So they mix those two up. So Iqra. So I remembered that, and then I asked, you know, are you from Hyderabad? Instead of answering the question, I emailed back, are you from Hyderabad? And they said, no, I'm from Tamil Nadu. And I was like, oh, well, it should be Iqra. So, anyhow, let's move forward with our Arabic studies. Today is the last day of the intensive, and so what
There's
I would
some
like,
Afghans in here, Assad.
there's lots of Afghans there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, somebody
Do
just
they
said
know Farsi?
yes.
Chaturasti,
Yeah.
y'all.
Is that all you remember?
That's all I remember.
And then we taught him how to count too. Hit it.
How can you convince
Yak,
your age to join?
do,
Do.
That's what I said. Pay attention.
Mhm.
Wait. Se,
Yeah.
char,
Mhm.
punch,
Mhm.
Punch. The way
Punch.
you say it, Sonny.
Punch.
Punch.
Pine. That's what I said. Pay
Punch.
attention.
Punch.
Punch. Because pinch.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, we don't do say punch.
Shash.
Shash.
Mhm.
Shash.
Mhm. Ash.
Aft.
Mhm.
Som.
Ash.
No. Asht.
Mhm.
Asht. No.
Mhm.
And no.
Starts with the D.
Daham. Da.
Yeah. Yeah.
Da.
Mhm.
Da. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give you a.
Yes, dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. That's good enough. Satu, dua, tiga, empat, lima, something, sepuluh.
Is that German?
No, that's Bahasa.
Bahasa.
The German is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Do the
Oh,
German
that's-
Spanish
accent.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9,
I can't do like a
10,
German
11, 12,
accent. Like
Is that Ustadh parece your accent?
Okay, Arabic. Okay, so I want to now take the last 15 minutes of this intensive, maybe do 2 ayat
Mhm.
and see if we can apply everything we've learned in a quick, speedy way.
Mhm.
Of course, you'll have the recording, so you have the advantage of going through that over and over, so
Yeah.
you can digest it, and you have a few days to do that. So let's look at munafiqun again, because that's what you're focused on right now.
yeah.
I've written about the first ayah, so we'll
Yeah.
start with the second ayah and look at some things. So ittakhadhu, let's go through that again because we've now done some practice on recognition of families.
Mhm.
This in the beginning, this symbol in the beginning, you find it in many places in Quran. This just means that there's a harakah on it,
Mhm.
but the alif is not strong enough to keep its own harakah if you were connecting it this way. So if you, because you don't have to stop at the ayah.
Mhm.
So you could say, لَكَاذِبُونَ اتَّخَذُوا.
Mhm. Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
And if you did that, you would pretend the alif has no rights,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
If they put a harakah on it,
Mhm.
that's their way of saying, well, now you have to stop here. Now you have to respect the sound. So they don't put that sound there.
Yeah.
Now, sarf students know that ittakhadhu, the u is plural.
Mhm.
So it's ittakhadha.
Yeah.
Ittakhadha.
Mhm.
Now it begins with e,
Yeah.
and it's a past tense.
Yeah.
So it has to be iqtaraba, inqalaba, or istaghfara. But it can't be inqalaba because there's no in. And it can't be istaghfara because there's no is. So to be inqalaba family, you've got to have an in the beginning. And to be the istaghfara family, you have to have a ist in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But to be the ittakhadha family, your third letter needs to be ta.
Yeah.
Well, ittakhadha, the third letter, there's 2 tas, so the third letter is ta.
Yeah.
So this is the ittakhadha family.
Yeah.
Okay? So ittakhadha yattakhidhu ittikhadan fahuwa muttakhidun. Uttukhidha yuttakhadhu ittikhadan fahuwa muttakhadun. Al-amru minhu ittakhidh, like iqtarib, ittakhidh. وَالنَّهْيُ عَنْهُ لَا تَتَّخِذْ وَالظَّرْفُ مِنْهُ مُتَّخَذٌ. وَالظَّرْفُ مِنْهُ مُتَّخَذٌ. So that's the sarf of ittakhadhu.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is past tense. They took, and we did this before too, somewhat. Aymana is nasb,
Yeah.
and it's a mudaf, and the hum is the mudaf
Mudaf
ilayh.
ilayh.
So they took their oaths, right?
Yeah.
Junnatan as a shield,
Yeah.
and that's another nasb here.
Yeah.
So it's there. What did they take, and how did they take it as? Right?
It's
Fa has come many times. Ustad, how do I know fa is not part of the word? You know, because it doesn't match any families if you keep it in the word. So
Yeah.
fa means then,
Then.
or as a result. You can even translate as a result. Saddu, huwa sadda, huma sadda, hum saddu. This is an irregular. So the irregulars, we don't go into the sarf of them yet because sadda yasuddu sududan fahuwa saddun, sadda yusaddu sududan fahuwa masdudun, al-amru minhu usdud, usdud, sudda and suddi, an-nahyu anhu la tasdud, la tasudda, la tasuddi, wa dharfu minhu masaddun, wa masiddun, wa masaddatun, is not something you can do yet. That's called muda'af, when the 2 letters are the same and they come together, then they come apart, then they come together, then they come apart.
Yeah.
And so that's something we have to learn way later on, inshallah. They took their oaths as a shield, and as a result, they stopped. And I'm adding here other themselves and others. Even though the themselves and others is not said here, all it says is they stopped or they blocked. I translated this as blocked. Okay? Now, why did I say themselves and others? If you remember the difference between transitive and intransitive, transitive means it affects somebody else. Intransitive means it affects yourself.
Yeah.
Sadda is a word that can be used in the intransitive sense,
Yeah.
meaning I stop myself
Yeah.
and I'll block myself. And it can also mean that you block someone else.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is why this kind of implication is important to capture in the English translation. An sabilillah, from Allah's path. That's a harf of jar and a mudaf mudaf ilayh. That's pretty easy.
Mhm.
Now, innahum, certainly they,
Mhm.
sa'a ma kanu ya'malun. Sa'a is, none of this is something you understand yet because we
Mhm.
haven't done sentence structure yet.
Mhm.
But ya'malun is they do.
Yeah.
Ya'malun means
They
they do.
do.
Ya beginning, una ending, that's the present tense.
Mhm.
And it's the sami'a family. Amila ya'malu amalan fahuwa amilun. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
إنهم would also be
Harf nasab and victim. You're
yeah.
right. You're right. But we're not going to put an invisible is here. Now the question might be, why shouldn't we put an invisible is? We learned that we should.
Mhm.
You don't do that when there's a fi'l involved. So
Mhm.
after innahum, there's a sa'a involved, kanu ya'malun involved. That's why
Yeah.
we can't do it.
Mhm.
Okay. So sa'ama, that's definitely not something we've covered yet. But let me tell you something about kanu. Huwa kana, huma kana, hum kanu. So this is not a lesson, but a reference. So you say yansuru
Mhm.
means he helps.
He helps, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And nasara, past tense,
Yeah.
means he helped.
Helps. Yeah.
He helped,
Mhm.
past tense. Yeah. But if you add kana and then yansuru,
Mhm.
so I kept the present tense,
Yeah.
but I used the word kana before it.
Mhm.
That actually means he used to help.
Mm.
He used to help.
Yeah.
Or he had been helping.
Yeah.
Like something that happened in the past, but it
Mhm.
kept on happening.
Yeah.
Right? So it would be kana yansurani and kanu.
Yeah.
So one of them is coming from the past tense and the
Yeah.
second one's coming from the present tense.
That's it.
Kanu yansuruna. So that would mean both of them used to help or they used to help.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
So here you've got kanu ya'maluna, they used to do,
Yeah.
or what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna use that in my translation now. Certainly they what they've certainly even a more like straightforward translation would be something like certainly those people
Mhm.
what they've been doing
Yeah.
is truly horrible.
Mm.
It's truly horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Sa'a is when something's truly horrible.
Mm.
Or how horrible is what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But that's more complicated translation. Inshallah, we'll discuss that when the time comes. Let's talk about this ayah and then we'll move on to something else. Dhalika
Pointer.
means that. Yes, it's a pointer. You're right. So I'm going to write the word that here. And I'll remind you of some things. Dhalika, because it's a pointer, it's an ism.
Yeah.
An ism could be rafa or nasab or
Jar.
jar. If you don't find a reason for it to be nasab and you don't find a reason for it to be jar, then you should assume that it's rafa. Okay?
Mhm.
So what that means here with dhalika is that dhalika is in fact rafa. Because there's no, by the way, the rafa version is dhalika, the nasab version is dhalika, and the jar version is also dhalika. It doesn't change, right? So dhalika means that.
Mhm.
There is no al after it.
Yeah. So
There's
you can
no,
put an is.
you could put an is.
That is.
That is.
بأنهم.
That is. Now, bi'anna is a harf of nasab.
Yeah.
It means because.
Because.
Bi'anna means
Because.
And hum, the victim, means they.
They, yeah. Because
Right?
they.
Yep, that is because they.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then amanu. Amanu is huwa amana, huma amana, hum amanu. It's as if the word they has been said twice. They believed.
Mm.
That is because they
Mhm.
believed.
Yeah.
Like you don't normally you say that is because they believed.
Yeah.
But if I say that's because Ahmed went.
Yeah.
And now when I say Ahmed twice, why would I say it like that?
Because you're furious.
Because I'm furious. Because something not normal is happening. So hum is already they.
Yeah.
And you know that when a word ends with u, it has a they in it.
Yeah.
That's what you learned. Hua nasara has a he in it. Nasara has both of them in it. Hum has a they in it. So there's two theys here.
Mhm. So.
And that two theys, what that does in Arabic is the speaker's way of either expressing rage or stressing on them. And it's something you normally do in speech too. That's because these people, they believed.
Yeah.
Ustadh,
And then
there's a question on that
Mhm.
double day.
Mhm.
if bi'anna always has to have a pronoun or a victim, and
Mhm.
amanu always has to have a doer, then how would you say that with only one they?
When we do this in sentence structure, then you'll see the options. Then you'll see how you construct this without the extra pronoun, but not right now. Okay. So ذلك بأنهم آمنوا ثم then
Mhm.
هو كفر هما كفرا
Hum kafaru.
mm,
Then they again.
then they disbelieved.
Fatuwa.
That's because they believed,
Mhm.
then they disbelieved.
Yeah.
Fa therefore,
Mhm.
or an easier, like therefore sounds like a big word.
Mhm.
Because of that, and because of that, I'm getting all and because of that from what word? Fa.
Fa. Yeah.
Why are you taking so many words, Ustad? Because that's how normally people speak in English today.
Yeah.
If I was writing this in Shakespearean's English,
Mhm.
that would be something else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So fa, and because of that, tubi'a. So taba'a yatba'u. Okay? It's like fataha yaftahu.
Yes.
طبعا
طبعا.
فهو طابع.
Mhm.
Next line.
Oh.
فتح يفتح فتحا فهو فاتح.
فتح.
So,
طبع.
right.
يطبع.
Before we even go there, but it's good. طبع. What does the ayah say? طبع.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's a passive.
Mhm.
Okay. It was sealed.
It was sealed.
It was sealed.
Mhm.
على قلوبهم. على means on. قلوبهم, their hearts.
Isn't على حرف جر too?
Yep. على is a حرف جر, that's why قلوبي became jar.
Yeah.
قلوبي is مضاف and him is مضاف إليه.
Okay.
That's why it's hearts of theirs.
Mhm.
على means on their hearts.
Yeah.
Now, what was sealed on their hearts? Some scholars argue kufr was sealed on their hearts. They believed, then they disbelieved, and because of that, it, meaning their disbelief, was sealed on their hearts.
So
Okay.
they can't come back from that.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty horrible thing. They must have done something really messed up.
Yeah.
Right? So I told you to study the surah carefully, because we don't want to be like that. Okay. Fahum. So they again twice.
Yeah.
So they la yafqahuna. La means no or don't.
Yeah.
This cannot be forbidding. Why not?
Because it doesn't have a sukoon. It doesn't silence it.
And there's no ta.
Ta. Yeah.
And it's not the lightest version. So it's just a comment.
Yeah.
Faqiha yafqahu is like sami'a yasma'u.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And yafqahuna is when they understand deeply. When you understand something well or deeply, that's called fiqh in Arabic. Okay. So fiqh, actually nowadays we use it for Islamic rules, or I'm studying fiqh, I'm studying jurisprudence, but actually fiqh originally means understanding.
Yeah.
Or deep understanding. So la yafqahuna, they have no real understanding. They don't really understand. Or you can even translate this as they don't
comprehend.
Yeah, they don't really comprehend. Okay.
Yeah.
لا يفقهون. إذا was talked about before. It means when.
Yeah.
We won't do this whole ayah. We'll just do up to.
Wait, wouldn't it be and when? Because.
Yeah, and when.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when. رأيت is هو نصر, هما نصرا, هم نصروا, هي نصرت, هما نصرتا, هن نصرنا, أنت نصرت, رأيت. When you see them, when you see
them.
Them came from here, right? We ignore that at first. Why did I translate this in the present tense, even though it's in the past tense? Because إذا does that.
Yeah.
إذا forces the meaning to the present tense. So when you see them. So let's write that out. That's talking to the Prophet ﷺ.
Mm-hmm.
Allah is telling him, when you see them,
Yeah.
تُعْجِبُكَ أَجْسَامُهُم. Now let's break this up a little bit.
Mhm.
Ka is attached pronoun. You guys learned
Yeah.
about that. Ka comes from anta.
That, yeah.
Ignore it. What's
Mhm.
left? تُعْجِبُ.
Mhm.
تُعْجِبُ. And if this was to be, if I wanted to find the family for it, I'd have to take it back to the huwa version.
Tu'jiba.
No. يُعْجِبُ.
Oh yeah, you.
The ta would be taken back to the ya.
Yeah.
It would become يُعْجِبُ, which sounds like yuslimu.
Yeah.
So it's the aslama family.
Mhm.
أعجب يعجب إعجابا فهو معجب. أعجب يعجب إعجابا فهو معجب. الأمر منه أعجب والنهي عنه لا تعجب. أسلم family.
Yeah.
The dhamma.
Yeah.
لا, you said too. Yeah, good job.
لا
لا تعجب والظرف
والظرف
منه
منه
معجب.
معجب.
Now this is the present tense.
Mhm.
It means she impresses. The word she came from the ta. She
Mhm.
could mean you
You,
or she.
Yeah.
I'm telling you it means she.
Mhm.
Lots of reasons, but if you thought it was you, that's fine. If it was you, then you can't have an outside doer.
Yeah.
But it does have an outside doer. Now, what in the world is an outside doer? An outside doer means that you don't want to say she likes or she impressed
Mhm.
or she impresses rather,
Yeah.
or he impresses. You want to say somebody impresses, like a
Mhm.
person,
Yeah.
right? So you don't want to mention a pronoun doing something. You want to mention a noun doing something.
Mhm.
That's called an outside doer.
Yeah.
An outside doer has two conditions. It
Mhm.
has to be sometime after, immediately after or later, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It has to be after, and it has to be rafa.
Mhm.
Ajsamu is after and rafa.
Mhm.
Some students emailed and asked, why isn't ka the outside doer?
Mhm.
Because it's after,
Yeah.
but it's not rafa.
Rafa. Yeah.
Ka is an attached pronoun. Attached pronouns can only be
Be nasab or
nasab or jar.
jar.
It doesn't meet the conditions.
Mhm.
Ajsamu, however, does meet the
Yeah.
conditions. So tu'jibuka ajsamuhum, their bodies impress you.
Mm.
Their bodies, ajsamuhum, their bodies,
Mhm.
impress, this word.
Mhm.
Who do they impress? The detail, you.
You.
Their bodies impress you.
Yeah.
Wa in, and if
Mhm.
If yaqulu is actually the lightest version of yaquluna.
يقولوا. Okay.
Ya beginning, una
Una
ending.
ending.
The noon goes away.
Mhm.
Why does it go away? Because in lam lamma wal fali takes away the light. The normal version makes it the lightest version. That's why the noon is gone.
Mhm.
So when you see them, their physical presence impresses you, and if they speak,
Mhm.
in means if.
Yeah.
If they speak, tasma. It's sami'a yasma'u, right?
Yeah. تسمع.
Tasma. It's the lightest version.
Mhm.
So when something is an if, then the
Mhm.
next part of the if is also lightest.
Yeah.
That's why it's lightest.
Mhm.
So if they speak, then, or you don't have to say then,
Mhm.
you listen.
Listen. Mhm.
You listen. Sami'a to hear, to
Yeah.
listen. So tasma, you, and this ta means you.
Mhm.
So if they speak, you
You.
listen. Li, harf of jar.
Yeah.
Qawli
Mhm.
is the
Majroor.
majroor, and then the him is the mudaf ilayh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Qawl means a word or speech.
Mhm.
Okay.
Listen.
So li qawlihim,
Mhm. To
you listen to
their speech.
their talk.
Oh, okay.
You listen to their talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ka'anna.
كأن.
كأن
Good. Ka'anna is a harf of
جار.
جار.
no.
Outside nasab.
Yeah. And it and its victim will followed by is, will be followed by is,
Is,
and are,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Now what is ka'annahum? If ka'anna means as though,
Mhm.
ka'anna means
As though.
as though. What does ka'annahum mean?
As though them.
As though they,
As though they. Yeah.
as though they are,
Are.
because I'm not going to say they is,
Mhm. They are.
okay? Khushubun musannadatun.
Mhm.
Khushubun looks like it's rafa.
Yeah.
Musannadatun looks like it's rafa.
Fa.
Khushubun looks common. This
Common.
looks common.
Common.
This looks singular. This looks singular. However, this looks masculine.
Masculine.
This looks
Feminine.
feminine. That probably means this is a broken plural.
Yeah.
It means planks,
Mhm. Oh, okay.
hollow planks,
Yeah.
like planks of wood.
Mhm. Yeah.
And musannada means leaning.
Yeah.
If I took a big plank and I put it against
Imagine we're like mini guys. So
Had to be the mic so you guys can all hear the disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it khushubun. Look, let me show it again then. Yeah.
There you
Khushub musannada. Khushub musannad.
go. Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So khashub musannad actually.
Yeah.
Khushub is the plural.
Yeah.
So khushub musannada, planks that are leaning.
Yeah.
Now if I put this leaning, is it possible it'll fall over?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But is it possible that you can have a bunch of leaning planks
Yeah.
and look, you pass by at a distance
Mhm.
and go, wow, that's a really nice fence.
Yeah.
But it's just leaning against the rock in the back.
Yeah.
So if it gets windy, what's going to happen to it?
Fall over.
It's going to fall over. But it looks impressive,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So what did Allah do? Allah said these people,
Mhm.
there's so many of them,
Yeah.
they look so impressive to you, but you know what they are? They're like leaning planks.
Oh.
They're like, meaning they can just what?
Fall over.
And by the way, when there's a bunch of leaning planks together,
Mm-hmm.
then if one of them falls over, what's going to happen to the rest?
All of them. It's like
Domino effect, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're all weak, and one of them falls, they'll all fall. And this is Allah's way of saying people that have weak faith,
Mhm.
they can't stand on their own faith. When somebody around them falls,
Mm-hmm.
they fall too.
Yeah.
They say, oh, that one messed up, therefore I'm messed up.
Yeah.
Really? That means you're part of the khushubun musannada.
Yeah.
Because when you have real faith, it doesn't matter who around you believes or disbelieves or does right and does wrong, you're standing tall. Right? So Allah compares us that have faith, that have real faith, may Allah make us from them. He compares the people of real faith with a tree that has deep roots inside.
Yeah.
And he compares hypocrites to leaning planks of wood.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And that the comparison's really cool because
Yeah.
a leaning plank of wood used to be a tree,
Mm-hmm.
but it got cut out, chopped up,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's no longer connected to the root.
Mhm.
So it's not being fed from the water of the earth. It's
Yeah.
it's dead. It's a dead piece of wood.
Mhm.
But it can look nice,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
Like a dead tree.
Like even a dead tree.
Mhm.
But or you can imagine a tree who's dead and the roots have all withered away,
Yeah.
but it's leaning on another tree.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't know that. You just think it's a slanted tree.
Yeah.
But if the wind comes the wrong way, that tree's going to fall over.
Yeah.
And you'll realize it never had a root. And look at the beauty of that comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Allah says that believers are constantly, their root is becoming stronger because the tree that is alive keeps getting the stronger root because of what? The rain.
Yeah.
And the believer keeps getting stronger faith inside of their heart, in their root, from the rain from the sky, which is the Quran. The
Yeah.
Quran is like the rain from the sky.
Mhm.
But a disbeliever, they just have these claims. But if it rains on a piece of wood,
Yeah.
it'll get wet,
Mm-hmm.
but it won't go in. It won't feed it. It won't make it stronger. Nothing will happen to it. In fact, if it rains too much, it will
It'll go away.
go away. No offense, Axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
So Khushubu Musannada is a pretty heavy. There's lots more to talk about here in Khushubu Musannada, but that's an analogy Allah gave for how He sees hypocrites.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They look like they're all so strong and refined and
Yeah.
clean cut like the piece of wood,
Mm-hmm.
but actually they're just leaning on each other and leaning on you. And the moment one thing falls apart, they're all just going to fall apart and disappear like
Mhm.
dominoes.
That's just
Okay.
another like miracle.
Yeah, it is. It's so
Yeah.
beautifully said,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
like
'cause-
something so small, but you keep thinking about it and thinking about it, and it dawns on you how rich that is, how
Yeah.
powerful
Mhm.
that statement is.
Because nobody would like right now, if like people were trying to write something like this, they would have never used like a plank or something like that.
Right.
They would use like some other thing like to make it sound cooler or like something like
Yeah,
that.
and something so easy to think about,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful lesson, and Allah uses the simplest words to say the most beautiful things. That's when you realize Allah owns language.
Mm-hmm.
He can take the simplest thing and say the most profound philosophical thing.
Yeah.
What philosophers, professors, intellectuals, you know what they do? They want to talk about big things, but they
Mhm.
need really big words.
Yeah.
They read really hard words, and
Mhm.
you're looking at that and you're reading it and you're reading it and you're like, what are they trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
And what does Allah do? Allah will take the most deep philosophical insights and say them in the simplest words, and you're just like, wow, a farmer could understand it,
Mm-hmm.
a taxi driver can understand it.
Toddler.
Yeah, a toddler can't understand it,
Like
but a toddler with a
7-year-old.
a 7-year-old can get it,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Kids can get it, and then a scholar of tafsir is thinking about it too.
Mm-hmm.
An intellectual gets it too, and they're writing about it too.
Yeah.
So it's like it's speaking at multiple levels at the same
Yeah.
time. It's incredible.
Mhm.
Yahsabuna. Let's learn some more about these hypocrites.
Mhm.
Yahsabuna. It's not, you remembered hasiba yahsibu.
Sabu.
No, you didn't
Yeah.
remember
Oh, yeah.
yahsabu. You
Yeah.
said hasiba
Yeah.
yahsibu. This is not the hasiba yahsibu you memorized.
Yeah.
The one you memorized is a different family.
Mhm.
This is a clearly different family. If this was the same family, it would have been what?
Yeah. Sibu.
It would have been yahsibu. But the
Yeah.
Quran says what?
Yeah. Sabu.
Yahsabu. If it's hasiba yahsibu, it means he calculates.
Mm.
If it's hasiba yahsabu, it means he imagines
Mm.
or he assumes.
Yeah.
So yahsabuna, who assumes?
Yeah. And
Ya beginning, una
Una
ending.
ending. They.
Yes, they assume.
Mhm.
They assume. Kulla is a mudaf.
Mhm. Light Noel.
Like Noel. Sayhatin is what, Maryam? What status?
Height, it's jar.
Yes, jar. That makes it a mudaf, mudaf ilayh. Sayha means is a cry, a scream,
Mm.
outcry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
They assume kulla sayhatin means every single outcry.
Mm. Yeah.
Like if the Prophet ﷺ is giving a khutbah
Yeah.
and he says, Allah doesn't love liars.
Mhm.
They imagine every single outcry alayhim is against them. Ala here means against. Ala is a harf al jar.
Yeah.
It means it.
Mhm.
They assume every single outcry is against
Them.
them.
Mhm.
They're paranoid.
Yeah.
So they're, first of all, they're planking
Mhm.
and they're like, I hope nobody finds out that we're not real trees and we don't have a root. And
Mhm.
man, but let's keep leaning against the real trees, and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody will notice.
Mhm.
And then if the Prophet ﷺ is ever talking about hypocrites, or
Mhm.
he's talking about people that are not sincere, or he's
Mhm.
talking about purify your intention, or
Yeah.
if he's saying talking about the importance of establishing the prayer,
Mhm.
and they're like, I think he's talking about us, isn't he?
Mm.
Oh, he's always taking digs at us.
Yeah.
He's taking
Find
shots
out.
at us.
Mhm.
And they're, even if the Prophet wasn't talking about them,
Mhm.
they're paranoid that he's talking about them.
Mhm.
Like, I give khutbah, right?
Mhm.
And nowadays I give khutbah to 5 of you.
Yeah.
But when I was giving khutbah to the whole masjid
Mhm.
or large audience,
Yeah.
there's thousands of people sometimes sitting in the audience, right?
Mhm.
And I was giving one time, I was giving a khutbah about people that, or about anger,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Ironically, somebody comes up to me after the khutbah and says, why were you looking at me like that? I was like, what? Yeah, every time you said some people get too angry, or you said Allah doesn't like anger, you looked at me.
Mhm.
That was really upsetting. I was like, so you got angry. Ironically. But the point is, I'm not saying that person's a hypocrite, but you can become paranoid that every time somebody's saying anything, they
Mhm.
must be taking a shot at you,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So that's what Allah says. They become like that. They can't hear anything. They just assume everybody's taking shots at them.
Yeah.
Humul adu. Hum means they are.
Yeah.
They are, because when you see an independent pronoun, you say they are.
Mhm.
Al-adu, the enemy.
But it's humu, Ustad.
Yeah, so hum,
Mhm.
because the Arabs don't want to say hum,
Yeah.
al-adu.
Oh yeah.
So they want to say it in flow, so what do?
Humul.
Humul adu. And so they are the enemy.
Mhm.
Man, Allah didn't say the Quraysh are the enemy.
Mhm.
The people on the other end of the battlefield are the enemy.
Yeah.
The people next to you don't even know who they are.
Mhm.
And they are the enemy.
Yeah.
And then fahdhar. Well, you did this.
Yeah.
Be careful, right?
Mhm.
So they are the enemy.
Mhm.
So
Be careful.
be careful.
Mhm.
Be careful of who? Hum.
Mhm. Them.
Yeah, be careful of them.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's the command. Be careful of them.
Mhm. Yeah.
Watch out for them.
Mhm.
Qatala. Qatala is like jahada.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Qatala yuqatilu qitalan wa muqatalatan fahuwa muqatilun qutila juhida qutila yuqatalu qitalan wa muqatalatan fahuwa muqatalun الأمر منه قاتل والنهي عنه لا تقاتل وَالظَّرْفُ مِنْهُ مُقَاتَلٌ. Now check this out. قَاتَلَ means, literally means he fought.
Mm.
He fought. What tense is that? Past tense or present tense?
Present.
Really, present. He fought. Huwa nasara is
Oh,
past,
yeah, it's
present
past.
Oh,
tense.
it's fast. Yeah, it's
I like how
fast.
you went with what I said.
No, because he fought. Oh, yeah. I was thinking he's fighting. My
No,
bad.
but it's not. He's fighting.
Yeah,
When I say tense, be careful.
Mhm.
He fought is past tense, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Now, one thing I never taught you before, but it's time for you to know. The Arabs use past tense for prayers
Mhm.
and for cursing.
No.
Not cursing as in boop, 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 but
Mhm.
cursing as in, may you be cursed.
Oh.
May you perish,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Or for praying for someone or praying against someone. They use the past tense for it.
Yeah.
So we use this in the salah too. We say Sami Allahu liman hamida,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Sami Allahu means Allah heard.
Mhm.
It can also mean may Allah hear the one who praised him,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So we do this it's a complicated fi'l, so don't
Mhm.
ask me details about it yet, but jazakallah literally means Allah rewarded you,
Mhm.
but actually we mean may Allah reward you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Or rahimahullah. Rahima is a past tense. He showed mercy.
Mhm.
So it literally means Allah showed mercy to him.
Yeah.
But actually we say rahimahullah to say may Allah show mercy to him.
Yeah.
Or we say about the Sahaba, radiyallahu anhum. Radiya, huwa radiyahuma radiyahum radu. This is actually like sami'a.
Mm.
Okay, it's a little trickier than that, but it's sami'a.
Yeah.
So Allah was pleased with them. But actually we're not saying Allah was pleased with them. We're saying may Allah be pleased with them.
Yeah.
So it's like a prayer.
Mm.
Okay. So in this ayah, this qatala is actually like a curse.
Oh.
So it's not Allah, because Allah is the outside doer, the word Allah.
Yeah.
So it literally means Allah fought them,
Mm.
right? But that's not what this means.
Yeah.
By the way, when Allah fights someone, that means they're destroyed, right?
Yeah.
So this would be translated, may Allah destroy them.
Oh. Okay. Mhm.
Qatalahumullah,
Mhm.
may Allah destroy them.
Yeah.
May Allah destroy them.
Mhm.
Like Allah Himself is saying, may Allah destroy them,
Mhm.
as if,
He wants to destroy them.
yes. Anna. Anna is a heavy word in Arabic, means how in the world.
Mm. How in the world?
Sorry. It can also mean where in the world.
Mhm.
You know, say where the heck?
Yeah.
Where in the world?
Mhm.
Like it's not just where.
Mhm.
It's like where
Yeah.
in the.
Mhm.
And then yufakun.
Yeah.
Afika or afaka yufiku actually. This actually means to turn.
Mhm.
This is passive. Notice
You.
yufa yunsaru.
Saru. Mhm.
Where in the world are they being turned to?
Mm.
Where in the world are they being
Turn to.
turned to or turned away to?
Mm.
It can also mean how in the world are they being turned away?
Mhm. Yeah.
Anna yufakun. How in the world are they being turned away? So that's, again, we'll do anna and the complicated sarf of yufakun inshallah soon. But that's a bit of a gist of the ayah. I know we went way over time today, but I want to remind all of you that from here on, time to relax. Inshallah, it's time to start the textbook. We'll make the textbook available for everybody. You guys should be able to download it soon.
Okay.
And again, because it's that many pages, we don't have to. You don't have to print all of it, but I'll get it printed for you too,
Okay.
inshallah, so that we have it here. Some people asked if we can print it on our end. It's pretty expensive to print on our end. I don't know if we can do it, but if I find some on-demand printing service or something that can do it in an affordable way for you guys, we'll see. Many of you are in Asia and Africa, so if I find an Asian and African outlet, it might be cheaper.
Yeah.
Because then shipping to you and then printing there is cheaper too. So I'll speak to somebody who can maybe create an on-demand sort of thing.
Yeah.
It might not happen overnight, but I do have some contacts in some countries, so we'll see if we can get that going, inshallah. And if that works out, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, you have the PDF files. The only request I have of you before you come back on Friday is pretty simple. You know those 9 days of transcripts? day 1, day 2, day 3, and from the first intensive.
Yeah.
I just want you to read those over.
Mm.
I want you to read those all 9 days of transcripts over again. Okay, and then I want you to read ayah number 1 over again. The transcript I wrote for ayah number 1.
Mhm.
That's all I want.
Okay.
The memorization, I already know you're gonna do it. I know you're gonna when you come back to me on Friday, the 14 families will be like your last name.
Yeah. Inshallah. Because I already have
Inshallah.
like 80% down.
80%,
3 down.
3 down, 3 left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but just because you're moving on with the new ones, don't mean you get to forget the old ones,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So everything in the transcripts, and then the original charts, we can't forget those.
Yeah.
Bring me back after this 100 hours of study. Bring me back what I expect you to have memorized and
Mhm.
understood
Yeah.
from the last 4 intensives, and we'll go real nice and smooth and keep on making steady progress. My goal for you, inshallah,
Mhm.
is that I project, we're still going to be in November, right? So I
Yeah.
project maybe by February, March time,
Mhm.
we should be pretty far in our Arabic grammar so that we're discussing some heavier
Mm.
balagha things
inshallah.
already, inshallah. I think we can make a lot of progress,
Mhm.
and not in a very long time.
Yeah.
So I think it will not take as long as you might imagine.
Mm.
The heavy lifting, believe it or not, the most heavy lifting is already done.
Mm.
The only big challenge left in front of us is irregular sarf.
Mm.
But like I said, I might push that to the end and maybe take very little at a drip, very little of it at a time. And inshallah, you should be able to grasp it without a problem.
Yeah.
Inshallah. So I'm excited for all of you.
Yeah.
Keep on memorizing your Surah Al-Munafiqun if you haven't already. How far did you get with Munafiqun?
I'm like 3, 4-ish. No, I'm not too far down it. but
Okay.
I have
Inshallah.
a quarter of the first ayah memorized.
إذا جاءك المنافقون.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, at least some people consider Bismillah part of the surah, so maybe there's 2 ayahs in,
Yeah.
or 1 1/4. Okay,
Yeah. No, I'm trying
Get
to
to
get
it.
done. Yeah.
get to it. Find a reciter you like, listen to them,
Mhm.
and go over it over and over again,
Yeah.
inshallah. Okay. Barakallahu li wa lakum. I'll see you guys very,
Yeah.
very soon.
Yeah.
Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. We made it 40 days. Congratulations to everybody.
40 days.
Whoever.
Huh?
Don't go outside, Sahad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum wa
Yeah.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bye.
Congratulations to the ones who actually tried and did it.
What was that?
Congratulations to us.
Yeah.